Dun,
proud,
dun, dun.
the proud new owner of a domain name.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
the domain you have purchased?
LafayetteCheckbook.com.
What?
Wait a second.
That's
Do you
right.
mean to tell me that it's possible the school board will do something that resembles good government
Well, certainly.
when Baton Rouge could not do it? Because
last-
the Louisiana checkbook has kind of gone by the wayside.
Well, yeah. Well, last month we passed a resolution supporting that particular legislation
Yeah, for the
in
state.
Baton Rouge
Yeah.
for the state, saying we would love to participate in a transparent budgeting website where people can go and see where their tax dollars are going. Unfortunately, that for some reason that did not pass this legislative session,
Yeah.
and so we have an item on our agenda Wednesday night to just go ahead and do it ourselves.
Well, in fairness, nothing passed.
Well, I mean, nothing was going to pass if this couldn't pass.
Yes, yes. All right, so you guys are going to launch this so you can document spending on the school board level for the public to easily log in and see.
Absolutely. It'll be a website that looks good on your tablet, looks good on your phone. You'll be able to drill down all the way to transaction level data.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see the check that I get every month as a salary for a school board member, you certainly will be able to see that.
All that is there. Water bill?
I love that.
Water bill,
Absolutely.
power bill?
Yeah, our electricity bills are very high.
I was
We'll be able
about
to look
say.
at all the salaries and everything, but it'll be in a user-friendly format.
Absolutely.
And everything will
with
be there.
charts and graphs and,
Yes.
and everything that looks pretty. If you want to see kind of a example of it, you can go to ohiocheckbook.com.
Yeah.
And that's we're working with the same company
Are
to
ya?
come in and do that for us.
So, all right. So obviously the board's
Really
got to
cool.
agree on it,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
But-
we still have to
but-
have to vote on it.
Right, but who would go against this? This seems very smart.
I have yet to hear an argument that would persuade me that this is not a good idea.
right.
So
right.
hopefully we'll be able to get the support necessary to do this.
I think this is really
I think this
terrific.
I think it's a really cool. Maybe with Ohio, with you guys, maybe we could start a wave that's just what
Yeah.
people expect.
Well, one of the things so Eric Knezik and I spoke with somebody in the treasurer's office in Ohio, and what he told us was that once they did it at the state level and they opened it up to local governments, basically local governments are having a hard time not doing it because
People want it.
their constituents
That's
look at them
right.
and say, "Why are you not doing
That's
this? We
right.
demand that you do this and show us that you're doing things correctly."
I cannot tell you, Rob and I have talked about this a lot, but he and I have also been talking, Rob being the boss guy, I throw a lot of things at him. I'm like, okay, what about this? What about that? And since Friday of last week, we've been discussing an issue with a state agency who, quite frankly, it's hilarious how you pay salaries of people. People, they're all of us. And so there were people who wanted answers. So don't be rude to me.
Right.
Right? Because
Right.
I'm just the person who's the
we didn't try to
middleman.
ask for secret information.
No.
We didn't try to ask for anything. We just asked for a public comment.
Right.
And-
And to get us information.
What did you ask them when it was their break time or something?
Well, no, but lunch was mentioned.
I was about to say, that was also an excuse for how long it would take to get back to us because it's lunchtime.
And I couldn't even ask all my questions. Nobody even, but I mean, I think they're going to be cooperative with me now. But it's like, it shocks me because it's like, wow, this is great that our local people once again are taking the initiative to get things done. Justin, I got to tell you, man, bravo.
Well, thank you very much. It just made a ton of sense when I first heard about this and thought this would be something that would, and the school board recognizes after last year that we do have a deficit of trust in the administration of the school system.
And when things come up and you say, hey, here's how much we spent last year on this, you have a website to back it up.
Well, I think it's better. I think it works better because the data would come straight out of our accounting system, and our accounting system is audited by a third party.
Right.
And so when you ask, "Hey, what are y'all spending on this?" It's not me saying it.
It's
the audited financial
Right.
system saying it.
All right.
And so hopefully that'll.
And the only other thing that I would suggest is maybe also put the information in there as to what is federally mandated so people understand you don't have a choice of whether or not you have to pay for it.
Well, that's a fair point. Because
Because a lot of
work with
times
the
school
developers on
board,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times school boards, they have to take a lot of beating up.
the state mandates are what really kills us.
I would imagine so. So, you don't control that.
That's true.
Lawmakers do. So, just food for thought that
I have
they
that.
can't beat
I have
you
that
up.
on. I have that as one of the template replies for my emails. Is why are we doing this? I'm like, state says so.
Yep.
Okay, I want to ask you about something else that you guys are handling on a local level. In the wake of what happened in Parkland, Florida, and the shooting there, a lot of talk has been made about school security, and I think there is a push by some groups to make this a national issue or even a statewide issue. But I think what we're seeing in a lot of places is on a district level, making decisions for what makes sense, your types of campuses, whether or not you have hallways or breezeways. Look, we're in the South. It's warm. We don't have snow to be in. We have a lot of these open-air breezeways, and you guys are kind of taking a step with security in the right direction.
Yeah, so we reached out. We sought out Sheriff Garber to help us when we thought about, okay, we're in education. We're not necessarily experts on security, so who should we talk to about security? We reached out to the parish-wide law enforcement chief and said, would you please help us come up with a plan?
Who's also a dad.
So who's got a daughter the same age as one of my daughters, and would you help us please come up with some kind of plan or at least really guide us through thinking about what we do with security personnel, right? So it's a kind of a two-headed aspect thing where we last month directed the superintendent to come up with a plan to enhance physical security at the schools, and that'd be your electric locking doors and bulletproof glass and things like that, fences, secure fences around the schools. And then the second one would be security personnel. I think one of the goals we may have is to have a law enforcement officer on every campus. So right now we have law enforcement officers on middle and high school campuses, which comes out to about 20 campuses. But the 17 elementary schools do not have one. And so...
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and this has really hit home for me personally over the last month or so because I have 3 children in elementary school, and today at their school they're actually going to be doing a lockdown drill. And I was asking my daughter, said, what does that entail? And she says, well, we have to get out of our chairs, we have to turn our chairs sideways, we have to get under our desks. And I said, well, why do you want to? Well, in case somebody bad with a gun comes. And I'm like, that's my 8-year-old who has to concern herself with somebody showing up at her school with a gun. So, I think we'd really like to have law enforcement officers on campus. I think the overriding goal of all of this, the physical security, the security personnel, is that if someone takes a look at our school with bad intentions, one of our schools with bad intentions, we want them to see that this is not an option.
Last week, the district put out a statement about the National Student Walkout, school walkout. It's going to happen next Wednesday, the 14th. The district was pretty clear that there won't be disciplinary action taken against students who do. However, administrators and teachers were going to have to work out how to best do it. The issue of safety came up. Are they really going to walk out? I mean, is that...
I'm waiting to see if they walk out just like you.
Okay, because, you kind of watch it and you think, okay, how do we get do you do it as part of recess when people are outside anyway? Or,
I have a feeling the kids are not going to give up their recess to protest.
Oh, that's what my thoughts exactly.
They will certainly take 17 minutes of math class.
My thoughts exactly. All right. Well, Justin Centanni, good luck with Lafayette Checkbook.
Thank you very much.
School security, everything. I know there's a lot on your plate and a lot of really good things happening in our district. Oh, news of a new school. That has come up, right, since we've been here down in Broussard?
Oh, the new elementary school.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is actually tying into school security.
I almost surprised you.
You did.
New school?
I was like, new school. No,
I saw there's a development on Johnson Street. That's the new Lafayette High, right? That's what I heard.
Way to start a rumor, buddy.
It's masquerading.
No, sir, that's a car dealership.
Okay. It's masquerading as a chicken restaurant.
Yes, it sure is. Well, we're talking about security. Would you barge into a chicken restaurant?
There you go.
So the new elementary school in Broussard is going to be a nice case study in how we do security going forward. And so we specifically asked the architect to include security features so that we can have this will be our first, elementary school that'll be really built with these new features. I think it has a airlock vestibule, not an airlock vestibule, but a vestibule with electric locking doors, and bulletproof glass, so somebody can literally be trapped in there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow!
Instead of getting into the school, and it's not going to have open breezeways. It's going to have secure points of entry and things like that. So.
All right, lots of good things on the horizon. Justin Centanni, thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
I
hope everybody goes for that checkbook because I think everybody wants to see it now.
Absolutely.
Well,
I want to see
you
it
after the vote.
I know, right?